Welcome. Step on up. I see you're rocking our open carry, but this is just talking. You know, what became this United States of America was populated and created by refugees, religious, economic, social, cultural, trying to escape tyranny and oppression, and famine, and war, murder. People who knew what they'd been born into, and most were certain that even the unknown had to be better. Some truly great political philosophers dreamed up this American dream, and about 12 in every 1,000 free colonists lost their lives fighting to make it real. You might say they won the battle, but the war for that dream, it goes on today. Since that time, this land has seen wave upon wave of these refugees, like the founders and their fathers, risking everything just to go from bad to better. Somebody came up with this notion of the great American melting pot. Talk about dreams. The first generations of these waves, and often the second and third, generally found they were only welcome in certain neighborhoods. Some, a lot, call those ghettos. Italians, Irish, Polish and Slavics, Muslims, Jews, Catholics, sure, they'd come to be welcome to melt after they gave up or hid what made them different. Of course, there's a lot of people of color who can't melt so easily. People whose folks came from Asia, Haiti, and Latin America, and the Africans by heritage, so many of whose forebears were brought here so long ago against their will. And the folks that hosted us against their will, people the Canadians call the First Nations, recognizing that they had organized and ritualized and historical systems for their values and beliefs long before a bunch of blowboats brought in new folk to impose their own values and beliefs, often on pain of death. Now, it's true that those great political philosophers who got this new thing organized were born and raised about 300 years ago. A lot of what they could imagine and design wasn't so revolutionary. They were white, free, propertied men of their times, a privileged elite. But virtually to a man, those who committed to history their visions of the future accepted and even warned that their blueprint for this dream would never stand the test of time without the changes, amendments that the passage of time would require. That form of organization they dreamed up was not scripture. They offered it as a starting point. If they were here today, they'd be the first to tell you. The folks who wave around that original plan for a democratic republic like it's the Gospels according to Saints Hamilton, Madison, and Hay are just wrong-headed. With the life changes those same founding fathers witnessed, they wouldn't be worthy of our worship if we truly believed they couldn't see that the changes were going to keep on coming. Not long ago, another great political philosopher wrote, "Democracy is not a state, it is an act." It's not something we just inherit, it's kind of like a garden with seasons and weeds and bugs and maybe the occasional dry well. We have got to work this thing, and all together through the changes that have got to come. Or we're going to wind up as refugees wondering what it would have taken to go from bad to better. Well, guess I better get back to it. And thanks for just talking.